First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while unto his truth, and also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great and powerful lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is Nationwide AWS Outage. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So I have a news article here by the Associated Press, or AP. And it reads that massive Amazon cloud outage has been resolved after disrupting internet use worldwide. This report came out October the 20th, came out earlier today. Let's get a little bit of this report. I might jump around a little bit and just hit the key points, and I have videos to bring it out with a little bit more edification. It says here, Amazon says a massive outage of its cloud computing service has been resolved as of Monday evening after a problem disrupted internet use around the world, said, taking down a broad range of online services, including social media, gaming, food delivery, streaming, and financial platforms. So we see right now, we don't know whether this was a cyber attack or was this a test run, but we know that at some point they're going to collapse this system. So we're seeing right now that things are constantly picking up. We already know about this government shutdown. Now all of a sudden now they got a glitch in this AWS, which in fact Amazon Web Service, that provides service for these different companies, and these popular apps, like Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, and many others, So these things right here now, we knowing that it was worldwide. So when this economy crashed, we already knowing that all hell is going to break loose, and also we knowing that DJ Donald Trump is already threatening to declare martial law under Insurrection Act. So we see it right now. These things right here, one thing behind another. Already talking about the food stamp. So let's drop down a little bit and get a little bit more on this AWS. It says here, we're just skipping around a little bit. It says here, let's start here, right here. This paragraph says, it's about 3 hours after the outage began early Monday morning. Amazon Web Service said it was starting to recover, but it wasn't until 6 p.m. say Eastern that services returned to normal operation. So Amazon said on its AWS Health website, where it tracks outage. This right here tell you right here, this next paragraph tell you what AWS, Amazon Web Service, what it does. It says here, AWS provides behind the scenes cloud computing infrastructure to some of the world's biggest organizations. Say its customers includes government departments, universities, and businesses, including the Associated Press. So it's, right here. So it's pretty much a lot of major companies, a lot of these popular apps, and also it's dealing with your banking, Also, it would cause a disruption in your banking. Also, these airlines, also, and these popular apps. So, so when I woke up this morning, I seen that it was a lot of disruption. A certain people's they couldn't get into their accounts. If you didn't have like pretty much cash money, or you couldn't buy you nothing to eat, or couldn't put any gas in your car. So these are precursors to what's to come. You know what I'm saying? A great what crashing in the hill, a great what economic collapse. And that's exactly what the men of the Lord is constantly been telling you about. We're living in some very what prophetic times in the men of the Lord. We constantly been warning you about it. So the sown places are gonna be become unsown. That's where we at right now. A great economic collapse. All these goodies, like people think that they're a good case because they still have, the internet. You still have the power grid. You still can go to your favorite restaurant right now. Go get your favorite coffee, like going to a Starbucks and different places like that. A lot of people are relaxing in their leaves, and all hell is getting ready to break loose. So right here, this is very major. They trying to sweep it under the rug, but I'm thinking through the spirit that this is a test run because they already have shut the government down. And also there was rumors that it said these federal courts has run out of money. So we see it slowly, they constantly taking the government apart piece by piece. The men of the Lord, we constantly warning you about it. We knowing that at some point that they're going to announce that, hey, this has happened and we're going to do this. So we coming upon these times. So we know that they getting ready to put this new digital infrastructure into place. These things are right before our eyes. So this is what happened today, a very caused disruption all across the world, worldwide, nationwide, globally. So these things are going to be globally. So get around to it. Look up this report. So this came out earlier today. So when I woke up, got ready to go to work, I couldn't access my account. So, it's going to affect everyone, pretty much. But the one that will be most affected by is what the Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians. I'm talking to you. It's time to seek the Lord, because we seeing right here, these things, one thing behind it, a government shutdown. Also, now they're talking about cutting your government assistance off. Now this has happened, your social media, your banking, your going to try to get food, gas, water, a lot of people all of a sudden they woke up, the money wasn't there. Now all of a sudden now they're saying they have restored it, but for how long? So like you got a little tongue tag, but for how long? You know what I'm saying? So we know that it's going to happen. Let's read this once again. It said massive Amazon cloud outage has been resolved after disrupting internet and use worldwide. So we seeing right here that we know at some point that the internet is going to go down. So we know that famine of the word is fast approaching. That's what we constantly warning you about left and right. It was a glitch in the system, but we got it under control. But it's still the rumors that they're still having problems with it. But how Esau gets down. He'll smooth it over and say everything is fine, everything is good, but nothing is going back the same. These things are happening one behind another. Nationwide AWS outage. So, you can wake up, all your money is gone. So we already know this is going to cause what? Bank runs. This is going to cause what? Sedition. It's going to cause people to go into these, like Walmarts, these grocery stores and strip them dry because they can't get money. They can't take care of what they need to take care of, so they can't pay their bills. So a lot of people are going to panic. A lot of people are going to crash out. That's when they're going to call this insurrection act or martial law. We know it is fast approach. So we seeing that these things are already set into motion. So it is coming. Martial law is fast approach. And the men of the Lord, we're constantly warning you about these perilous times. They are right before our eyes. One thing behind another. We're seeing it. So now let's get a quick precept before we start today's video. Let's go here straight to the point. Let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Said the full storehouses shall certainly be found empty. So right now we already knowing that eventually this place is going to be a third world country. And the men of the Lord, we constantly been warning you left and right. Right now, we see you still can go and get, food and water, get your medical supplies, different things like that. But we know at some point that the sown place is going to be unsown. It's going to be bare. The people will not be able to survive. They're gonna get into a panic mode. So all of a sudden, become bare, and say the full storehouse will suddenly become empty. So that's where we at right now. We're coming upon a great economic collapse. No internet. No water, no food, no money. You know what I'm saying? Your comfort zone is getting ready to be taken away from you. A lot of things we are constantly seeing left and right. So they're saying, "Oh, this just a glitch in the system," but could this been a test run? Could this been a cyber attack? One thing about we're not ignorant of Satan's device. Verse 23, it said, "And the people shall give a sound, said, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid." So one thing about a lot of people gonna be suddenly terrified of what's happening. Like today, a lot of people was complaining that they couldn't get their money. Just that little bit set them off. So we already know once again people are walking around here just like what? Ticking time bomb. And I advise there's gonna be sudden terror. Said will grip the hearts of everyone when they hear it. We hear that great crashing in the hill. That we seeing right now that we're very close. These things are already set into motion. It's only going to get worse and worse. That's what we constantly warn you about, left and right. So right now, a lot of people are telling people I know it's on TikTok, to stock up, get prepared, so right now, a lot of people not in the truth, Lord putting the spirit upon them that, hey, this place is finished. They're saying, hey, you need to get food, you need to get water, because you could wake up one morning, you thinking that, you got resources, you got money in the bank, and all of a sudden you got a zero balance. You can't do a damn thing, and you go to these places and they tell you we're only accepting cash. And one thing about it that, we know that everything is getting ready to go digital, so right now they are setting the stage, for this order out of chaos. So we seen it right before our eyes. Verse 24 said, "So at that time shall friends fight one another," said, let's read it again. 2 Amos chapter 6 and verse 24 said, "At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. Said, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. Said, the springs of the fountain shall stand still. And in 3 hours they shall not run." So we coming upon that time, That's setting the stage for, this civil unrest, civil war, insurrection. A lot of things are coming upon us at a fast pace. We already know that just that little glitch, a lot of people waking up, they couldn't clock into their job. They couldn't get any breakfast in the morning. They couldn't get fuel for their car. Some people, couldn't even go to work. So a lot of these things happen. Some people couldn't even eat. So we seeing how serious this is. But they say, "Oh, we have fixed the problem. Everything will be all right." But this is getting ready to be total anarchy. So we seeing that they're constantly setting the stage for this to go down. Has this been by design? Has this been manufactured or engineered? But it's been engineered and manufactured through who? Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushua. The Lord's constantly is breaking the staff of bread, your necessity, your way of life. A lot of people like social media. A lot of people like going to these different I can't think of the name of these places, and relaxing, like these little coffee parlors like Starbucks. It's another one I'm trying to think of. They go there and relax and they just swipe their card, whatever, like that. All these convenience are getting ready to be taken away from you. What are you going to do when the food run out? What are you going to do when the water run out? What are you going to do when these banks all over the world crash out? You can't get any money. You can't do a damn thing. We already know it's set in the stage. So, we're seeing that the time shall come that friends fight one against another. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. What I'm saying? We're coming upon these times. Desperation, sorrow, a lot of things are coming. It's going to be starvation coming back in a big way. Cannibalism, a lot of things are coming. It's going to be, a great famine in the land. That's what we're constantly warning you about, left and right. So let's go here and start the day video. I don't ramble long enough. Let's go and start the day video. And after the video, we'll start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
So here's the very latest on the AWS outage as of 12:40 p.m. Eastern Time. They're still battling the global outages with more than 8 million reports worldwide, according to Down Detector. After earlier claims the issue was mostly resolved, Amazon now admits it's still acting up, showing intermittent instability across major regions. They're still investigating the root cause on here. The company did trace the latest disruptions to its Elastic Compute Cloud, or EC2, the backbone of cloud hosting that powers thousands of applications worldwide. An internal subsystem that monitors EC2 load malfunctioned, forcing AWS to limit new server instances while engineers work to stabilize the traffic. Apps like Reddit, Ring, Snapchat, and hundreds more remain sluggish as AWS races to restore normal services. So that's the very latest that we have. We'll continue to follow this story and provide you the latest updates as we get them.
Breaking news, we just had a worldwide internet outage. This is huge. Amazon Web Servers were down. And if you don't know this, Amazon Web Services runs the majority of the huge name sites and servers. So when you think of, Fortnite, Roblox, Reddit, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, these sites are all running on Amazon Web Servers, as well as all the banks. They were down for hours at a time. In fact, they're still actually having a problem submitting their request back. So this is pretty scary because I've been saying for a long time now, I feel like something big is coming. And when you see that many huge websites go down, it's a little unsettling. So be safe. I'll have more updates today.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak on this conspiracy while it's on my brain with this major AWS outage and everything. This is intentional. Jeff Bezos is behind it. They're testing a kill switch. How many major brands and companies can we make rely on this one thing? And then if we pull the fucking plug, do they all go down simultaneously? And how many people are immediately affected by it in a major way? They're testing a kill switch. It started at midnight. It's currently 4:30 in the morning. I would venture to say that it was a test that wasn't supposed to last this fucking long. People are waking up, more and more people, whatever the fuck. I'm telling you, this was a test of the kill switch. He's gonna invoke the Insurrection Act. Call us all Antifa. Hit that kill switch. We already don't get news from the Pentagon. National Guard ready to be sent wherever the fuck to invade. I'm not even 30 yet. I didn't even get to make it to 30 until they decided to do all of this crazy. Great.
Amazon closure at 3 a.m. in the morning. They have no answers for us. We've all been sitting here for about 30, 45 minutes.
I had a shift at 3:30 a.m. And when I got here at 3:20, there were people standing outside. I'm trying to sign into my app and it's not working. I'm walking up and I hear the people from inside saying that the app is down, like the whole store is down. And they can't help us. We have to call support. Not even call support, email support, because the phone's not working.
Here we go. Everything is down. What's interesting is just about a day ago, China was accusing the U.S. of cyber attacking their central systems. Now, if you know, then you know this is like a serious breach, okay? They also stated that the U.S. attacked the Chinese infrastructure, stealing info and data. Now we wake up this morning and there is a global internet outage with AWS, and it is an outage. It is really nationwide and is affecting a lot of different gaming apps, banking, social media, like Snapchat. I went on my Snapchat working, which is interesting, but I went on Twitter, X, whatever y'all want to call it, and people were saying they ran over there because their Snapchat wasn't working. It all started because I started seeing these videos of Amazon workers like 4 o'clock in the morning, trying to basically log in to work, and they weren't able to log in because the Amazon system is ran by AWS. Now, if you understand AWS, it is controlling a lot of your major things, like people Chime accounts. They couldn't get into that. A lot of their Coinbase accounts, a lot of finance accounts, Venmo, things like that. These are like critical apps and things that people use on a daily basis. So the AWS system has basically crashed, but they came out and made a statement saying that this is basically an internal error and not a cyber attack. Tell that to people who really think, you fooling. Apparently this started like last night at midnight, probably like around Eastern time. And it has filtered through this morning where people are unable to, look at their banking. So check your bank accounts, check your coins. But this is not surprising to me with everything, if you catch what I'm saying, that is transpiring with the G people and the upper echelons with what we know is getting ready to take place in this world. That's the only thing I'm going to say is Babylon is getting ready to fall. And I say that because it's already being set up. I told y'all when they did that government shutdown that it wasn't going to just come right back. This is all very interestingly, very direct. It is, if you know what I'm putting down. A lot of this stuff is intentional. I don't think by chance. There are no coincidences. Always remember that. There are no coincidences, and this world is definitely spiritual. So we must understand and really see these things. Out of all the years, our technology has advanced. Think about this. Over the years, our technology has advanced greatly, okay? And even the advancement has already been. We just now are catching a hold of it. Okay, and so there's nothing in me that makes me think, oh, it's crashed. No, because y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all definitely know what y'all doing as it relates to technology. Among other things, don't forget what is coming down the pipeline a week from today, which is going to be November 1st with the tariffs, what the principal said he's going to do with the tariffs and with China. So there is clearly some tensions going back and forth with the country China and the U.S. High tension. And not only that, we get everything from China. Please, I hope y'all paying attention to what's getting ready to fall. We get everything. Our source is China, y'all. This is by design. All of this is by design. There are no coincidences. This is setting up for something bigger, whether y'all want to believe it or not. It is definitely getting ready to move us into something way more bigger, very prophetic, and according to Bible prophecy. I hope y'all are seeing and watching and are preparing. These are, remember, 2020.
So we seeing right now that we in some prophetic times, and we seeing right now, slowly seeing that, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. So we at that time, people are losing their jobs. We seeing right now tension is rising. We seeing now that they constantly left and right putting a tighter and tighter grip, upon the citizens, upon the people of color. We put it like that. So we constantly seeing these things left and right, and also we seeing a great crashing in the hills. Sorry about that last video, a little bit long, but it had a lot of good points in it. So we'll start here. A quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This could be a great economic collapse, stock market collapse. You're seeing right now they are testing, this system. They getting ready to change over to this new system. And a lot of people are going to trust in the strength of Egypt, and they will be destroyed. That's what we constantly warn you back. So they putting people whereby now that you're going to have to totally depend on them. That's exactly what he want, to put you into that chokehold, and also to make you bow down to that digital oil. You understand what I'm saying? That grain of rice, the MOTB. So now, Zebediah chapter 1 and verse 10, it said, and it shall come to pass in that day, says the Lord, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the sacking. So, and a great crashing in the hills. So this is describing a great economic collapse. So that's exactly, we've seen a soft collapse today. And one thing about it, was this a test run? Was this a cyber attack? Was this the real thing? In which, in fact, we know that we're very close to a government shutdown. They're talking about taking away your federal assistance, like food stamps, Section 8, all these things are rolling into one. All of a sudden now, a lot of people love social media. A lot of people are sucked into their phone, just like what you call like zombies. Just especially young people, they just sucked into their phone. They on the social media, they texting, they got the earpods, and all of a sudden it was a disruption with this AWS system, so it deal with a lot of major platform, also the airline. Pretty much it deals with everything major. So pretty much, this is just shutting down society when you look at it, so that great crashing in the hills. So we already knowing about what happened in the Great Depression. I think it's from 29 through 32, the Great Depression, and also we knowing about the recession, what happened in '08. But this one that is coming is, it's going to be a point of no return. There's no coming back from, so it's going to be a time of trouble that we've never seen before. And also, we know that we're at the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. So we are very close. So it's going to be a great crashing in the hills. So we're seeing that they're constantly testing things. But I see right now that they'll get ready to go head on whatever they're going to pull off. This could be the possible dog winner. So let's go here. It said, verse 11 said, how ye inhabitants of Mactosh. It said, for all the merchant peoples are cut down. So all they that bear silver are cut off. So Mactosh is talking about a ancient, what you would call like an ancient stock market, where they was doing a lot of buying and selling, a lot of, transactions back then, merchandise and different things like that. So we're seeing right now that this is getting ready to be cut down. It's getting ready to be cut off. That's what we constantly seeing left and right. So let's read in the NLT. It said, wail in sorrow to all you who lived in the market area, for all the merchants and traders will be destroyed. So that's exactly what we getting ready to see. You know what I'm saying? These things we're right here. We know that they got to bring this system down to bring in the new system. This fourth industrial revolution that is going to be dealing with AI. Biometrics, transhumanism. These things are coming into play. It's what we constantly warn you about. Is the fourth industrial revolution. We seeing this thing is playing out right before our. They're gonna do away with the old and bring in the new, the NWO. Verse 12 says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leads, that say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil. So right now, the Lord's getting ready to search Jerusalem with candles, So one thing about it that a lot of people right now sell it in their leagues, A lot of people, thinking that the Lord is not going to do what he's going to do. And one thing about it, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place, and also including you if you're not a part of the elect. The elect, the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So let's read this in the NLT. Said, I will search with lanterns, say in Jerusalem, said darkest corners, to punish those who sit complacent in their sins. So they think the Lord will do nothing to them, said either good or bad. So they in for a rude awakening. So a lot of people are very complacent. They're side in their way. They're very sottish. They're very stiff-necked. They're very rebellious. And the Lord is going to cause these things to come upon you while you are not aware, while you're not considering. And right now, a lot of people seeing this little glitch. And right now, this could cause a major throwback, and it's just right here. When these things get set into motion, nothing is going to stop it. I'm saying? All hell is going to break loose. That's what the men of the Lord we constantly been warning you about. A lot of people, still in their comfort zone, still, not believing, still thinking that, hey, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen in my time. Everything will be fine. Well, we are here. It's going down. And one thing about it, we're seeing that these devils is getting ready to come down with great wrath. Verse 13, it said, therefore, their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them. And they shall plant vineyards, but said not drink the wine thereof. So right here, we coming upon these times, that it's going to be a great tribulation, a lack of resources, a lack of stability. And these things will come upon you. People going to be robbing, stealing, and killing, and graping. A lot of things are coming upon us. That they're setting the stage for that. It was getting ready to be a dark time that is coming upon us. It's called Jacob's trouble. Let's read in the NLT. It said, so their property will be plundered. Their homes will be ramshacked. Say they will build new homes, but never live in them. They will plant vineyards, but never drink the wine from them. So, right now we notice that a lot of people, are doomsday preppers. Say, I have this, I have that, I have stocked up. But guess what? That's going to be for the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they're not going to be able to enjoy any of that because the Lord's going to bring forth that judgment like you have never seen before. Verse 14 said, the great day of the Lord is near. Said, it is near and hasten greatly. Say even the voice of the day of the Lord. Said, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. So right here, you know what I'm saying? The day of the Lord is fast approaching. That's what we constantly warn you about left and right. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. It's also, it said that right here, grown men, strong men, adult men are going to be crying bitterly, just like a woman travailing with child. When that time comes, it's going to be a lawless time. What is I'm going to do? I seen a video about an Edomite. He was crashing out. I don't want to be here anymore. I just don't want to be. I don't like it here anymore. I don't know what to do. Well, I don't want to get out of here. I'm ready to leave. So it's getting upon that time. You seeing them crying out already. The red devil. Verse 15 said that the day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. So the Lord is going to return in the midst of what? World War III. A lot of anguish, a lot of desolation. When the Lord show up. So, that day is fast approaching. And we're constantly warning you left and right. Seek the Lord now. Seek the Lord early while he can be found. And how can you find the Lord? Through his mouthpiece, the prophets. You know what I'm saying? We constantly warning you, these video pistols, left and right. We constantly warning you left and right. The Lord is getting ready to show up and bring forth this final destruction and set up the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Verse 16 says, a day of the trumpets and alarm against the fenced city and against the high towers. Verse 17 said, and I will bring distress upon men that they shall walk like blind men because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust and their flesh as the dung. So we're coming upon this time, man. It's getting ready to get very, very dangerous, getting ready to get very, very dark, a gloomy time, a time of trouble that we have never seen before. Go these things left and right. Verse 18 says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all of them that dwell in the land. Let's read that once again. It said, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them. Say, in the day of the Lord's wrath. Said, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. So exactly what's getting ready to happen. So we know we're coming at some point that they get ready to do away with this fiat currency. We seeing right now slowly it's fading away. So your money's getting ready to be worthless. So we seeing right now they doing these test runs. A lot of people woke up, they couldn't go and get anything. They're just sitting like a duck sitting in the water. So these things are coming a reality. That's what we constantly warning you about left and right. We know it's going to be bank run. We know that they're going to be rioting. They're going to be looting. Going in these stores, in these grocery stores, these Walmarts, these drug stores, these places where they have I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, they're going to be stripping things dry. So when that runs out, you already know what's going to happen. After that, they coming to their neighbors. They come to anyone that think that they have anything. So, if the Lord is not on your side, you're going to be unalive. That's what we constantly warn you about now. So they're setting the stage for this to go down. And also we seeing that they're mobilizing these militaries in different cities across America. Now all of a sudden the government is, it's no time soon, it's opening back up. So we already know that this is by design. Then if it does happen to open back up, still, the damage has been done, it's beyond repair. We know that America is slowly on the decline, on the way out. We seeing the end of America. And also we knowing that our salvation is at the door. So now the title of the day lesson once again is Nationwide AWS Outage. So I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.